Hey everyone, this is Stationery, and today's review is on the Chromatic Sterling Silver two-color ballpoint pen made for Tiffany and Company. Thank you, Mr. Leguman. This is probably out of my collection of Tiffany pens. This is probably the most rare, and I haven't or rarely have seen another one even on eBay. Chromatic, for those who are not familiar with the brand, was a pen very often used for business. They used to print publicity or company names here on the side of the barrel or on top here on the cap. Um, this is the typical shape, as you can notice. Kind of widely resembles the modern or Art Deco style, like the ones from the cross century. As you can notice, has the end tip like this, narrow, same as the end where the point pops out. Chromatic, as I said, was a company that was well known around the 1960s up until the 80s or early 90s. Chromatic is the name of the pen, but the company is Ritepoint. And they disappeared some years ago, but you can still find their pens, the chromatic pens, usually on eBay or even on maybe on flea markets, and they're usually known as bank pens, as banks usually offer them, or or a corporate pen, you could say. Now, this being an all sterling silver one, as you can notice by the shine, it's a really rare but a very beautiful and elegant pen. The whole fact that it's all sterling silver makes it really special and also a truly collectible pen. What particularities are this different from any other chromatic pens? Well, chromatic pens are usually matte color barrel and cap, and usually have either chrome or gold plated clip, usually. I think some models had end metal tips as well, but I could be wrong. I think usually they just had the same epoxy varnish um, on the end of the tip. But this one being a two-color pen, this was a, we could call it a better one, because there's also the single single color versions, but this is a two-tone pen. So what particulars are special about this? It has the line same as a chrome pen all throughout the body, from here from the cap all the way to the body you see lines, but also the particularity of this pen, as you will see here, is that it has a gripping area, so that makes it more comfortable to write with and not slip the pen while you write with it. um, the clip looks a good lengthy size, but unfortunately for this one that I found used online, the clip is a little wobbly, as you can see. It still works, but as you can see it's a bit wobbly. So it's a really nice pen and I don't want to ruin it, so I wouldn't even clip it at all, for that matter. And again, how does this pen work? Well, this pen works by twisting. Twist and one color pops out. If I twist the other way around, another color will pop out. Um, Chromatic refills are kind of rare or harder to find nowadays, but there are still some available online. You might be able to find either original chromatic refills or alternative refills made by other pen enthusiasts or manufacturers who still make refills for those pens, because they were popular at some point, and there must be a lot of people with still with their chromatics around. So as you can notice again, this is a twist mechanism pen, same as any chromatic. Whoever has a chromatic will recognize this mechanism. By twisting one side is one color, this one being, I believe, a blue color and a red color ink. But how do we change the ink? Well, basically we just push out the top and bottom, and the mechanism is basically fixed to the top. If we switch here, you could see which one of the colors pops out. If you see the top one, this one is the blue one and this is the red one. And how do you switch it? You have to pull out the tube. As you can see, this is blue, all the way out the brass tube, and you switch until to another one until it stops all the way inside. Same with this one. This is the red one. Pop it in, and there you go. Again, either you can, to have refills, you can either buy new old stock chromatic pens if they haven't dried out, or again, there are some people who still sell the alternative refills for this pen. So I unfortunately haven't looked into getting refills, but uh, it's possible to keep it still working, so that would be a good idea. um, I unfortunately cannot make a pen test, considering the fact that this refills dried out way long time ago, being this like around the 1960s or 70s pen. But it's still a beautiful gem, as you can notice by the shine. It's truly an elegant pen. For a chromatic pen, it's a really stunning version. I was looking for sterling silver pens, and I happened to stumble on this one, and I just had to have it because I wanted to have this one by its style, but also for the fact of being a chromatic and an all metal chromatic one, or a precious metal one, most basically. But it really looks really nice. Is it weighty? Maybe so. Like I'm guessing, probably something like a cross, maybe a bit more, because it has more of a mechanism that probably makes it a little bit more weighty, but not that much. I like the fact that it's a thicker barrel than a cross, that's for sure. The grip helps. It doesn't feel that slippery as a pen, but the grip pen here, it's stylish, but also does work to give it more gripping. Um, Mine unfortunately here has a mark over here, a minor dent, as well as on top. This being a precious metal and being silver, well, silver is very easy to get marks or bumps or scratches. So let's take a look also, just to before we end. That's the printing over here. As you can notice, basically it says uh, Tiffany, Sterling, and then chromatic, pat, for patented. So this is a truly original chromatic. It has sterling in cursive writing and just Tiffany. Doesn't say Tiffany and Co. They just didn't add any more writing, just Tiffany. Some vintage Tiffany items just say Tiffany, but usually most pens or writing instruments from Tiffany are usually say Tiffany and Company. But this one being a very early, it's most likely that they didn't bother and they just printed Tiffany. And chromatic, which all pens usually say chromatic either on the clip or in this case here on the midsection of the barrel. So this is the chromatic sterling silver pen. I hope you like this review. I unfortunately cannot make a test because the ink is long dry and I haven't been able to get refills on my own. But this is to give you an idea that even chromatic made pens at some point in their history for Tiffany and Company. I hope you like this review. Stay tuned for more. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.